Oh, this is how we do when my homies go.
You're listening to Gecko Radio, Jeju Morning Alternative.
Good morning. There you go. How are you guys doing today? If you notice, things are a little bit darker. We're trying to match the mood today because today is a very special episode today. And the reason why it's so special is because it's going to be a little bit different. And because instead of our regular mix of local stories, segments, and updates, we're dedicating today's episode to music, and more specifically to one of Jeju's very own bands, Moher, the psychedelic folk duo releasing their second album today at noon. That's why things are a little bit darker around here. I got kind of my more natural, toned down, earthy colors going on. So this morning we're going full Moher. We're talking about their origin story, how their sound came together, what makes their music feel so connected to Jeju, and of course, we'll be playing their songs. It's going to be all of Moher's songs throughout the show. And think of today as a little Moher special, a morning dedicated to their music, their story, their new album they're about to share with the world, okay? So if we gave you a little show rundown, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to start with a look at the weather around Jeju, and then question of the day, and it's related to today's band, Moher. After that, we're going to go into a short Jeju morning news briefing, and then we're going to take you around what's going down in the GEC. And now, the thing is, so here's the thing. We're actually taking a break from what's going down in GEC and what's cooking Jeju segments. That's typically what we have on Thursday. So instead, we're fully putting the spotlight on Moher. So it's going to be a lot of facts and showcases with them. And then we will wrap up with the Jeju word of the day, where we learn a word or expression from the Jeju language. And again, it's probably related to the sentiment or songs by Moher. Now, here's the thing. I want to introduce each song before we play them. So today, this is kind of cool. This is something new we're going to do just for today, or any other bands that we release as well that are going to release a new band or EP. So if you're one of our bands and you're going to release music, let us know. We'll dedicate a whole episode to you guys. All right. So this very first song, it's going to be Kaleidoscope. Okay, this track shares its title with Moher's first album, so it feels like the perfect place to start. Just like the image of a kaleidoscope, do you remember making those? You know what I mean? When you were a kid, all the different psychedelic colors. I could what's super trippy is you put one in each eyeball and you just go like this, right? The lyrics are full of things multiplying, shifting, breaking apart, and becoming impossible to hold on to. The song begins with this feeling of seeing someone somewhere, everywhere, in fact, close by, far away, again and again, until that one person, they kind of split into two, then three, then countless versions, and they kind of get warped and mixed up. But instead of feeling beautiful or romantic, it becomes dizzying, right? The speaker tries to follow all these versions of the person, but ends up maybe losing them and then losing them again and finally losing themselves too. So Kaleidoscope captures that strange emotional place where we love, memory, obsession, and confusion that all blur together. Good morning. Jongmin, once again, we are showcasing Moher all day today because they are releasing their album at noon. So we're going to talk about that later. So let's do Moher's first song of the day, Kaleidoscope.
You're listening to the GEC's very own Gecko Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Jeju Morning Alternative.
That's right. Good morning, GEC, and welcome back to Gecko Radio, Jeju Morning Alternative. I'm your host, Marcos Sinche. Hello, good morning to you guys. And we are coming to you live from the Global Education City right here on Jeju Island. Today is Thursday, May 28th, and this is episode 24. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Now, if you are joining us for the first time, this is not how we typically are. I usually have a lot more energy and am super bright and jumping all over the place, but we're a bit toned down today because the thing is, if you are just joining us, we are actually showcasing an incredible Jeju-based band, Moher, and it's this incredible duo, and they are releasing their album today at noon. So that's why I'm kind of wearing my earth tones. I have the lights down, so it's a bit darker, a bit cooler. So we're trying to match that vibe. So I'm just worried about some of the song breaks because they're super like high energy, and I also need to maybe check my energy. I didn't have my super strong coffee this morning, so maybe that helps match the energy of the artists that we are fully showcasing today all day. Okay, so we're inching closer and closer to the end of May, and you can feel it. Good morning, Haley, Kim, and Ihan. You can see I'm a little bit more toned down. We're showcasing Moher today. The school year is getting serious. Summer plans are starting to pop up, and the island is slowly slipping into early summer mode. Yeah, yesterday was super summery and super humid and nasty, and my house, we realized we have these huge mosquitoes. We're not too happy about that. Also, this crazy thing happened yesterday. I'll talk about it. Is I don't want to give you the heebie-jeebies, but I just need to share it so maybe I can get rid of the heebie-jeebies I had. I was just sitting on my couch and I reached behind my head and I felt something just like going through my hair. I come down, there's a chine. It was a baby one, but there's a centipede just crawling on my finger. I was like, "Wah!" And I like flung it across the room and now it's gone. I don't know where it is, but there you go. That was nightmare inducing. So last night in my sleep, my cat jumped on me while I was sleeping, and I, of course, snapped awake and scared everybody. So yes, watch out. It's Chine. The centipedes are crawling around, so be careful, you guys. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're going to keep you in the loop. Of course, that's what Jeju Gecko Radio is for, with local news, upcoming events, cool places to check out, daily trivia, and weather and Jeju life hacks, and some music, especially today, Moher. Again, we're doing things a little bit differently today because we want to showcase Moher. They've been super supportive of the channel. They've given us permission to use all their music, and they're releasing a new album today. So that's why we're dedicating the entire episode to them. Question of the day, even Jeju word of the day, and of course, all the music is going to be by Moher. And we're so thankful for them and their support. Okay, who am I? I'm producer, I'm the DJ, I'm the writer, editor, marketer, Marcos Sinche. You can find me at Makia right there. You can find our fantastic writer at Jeju Jade. She was busy. Yesterday, she was on both MBC Radio and Arirang TV yesterday at the same time. Of course, not in real time. She recorded both of those, but they just so happened to fall on the same day. So she's becoming like proper famous. Also, please follow us at Gecko Radio on Jeju, at Gecko Radio Jeju on Instagram. That's where we put our highlights and little short videos of what we covered of the day, and it's really good for like tracking events and stuff as well. Okay, so. And again, please like and subscribe. That'll help us out. The more you do that, the more that helps out the algorithm and hopefully kind of pushes us towards other folks who are browsing YouTube and looking for related stuff to Jeju and also really good local music. That really helps out the algorithm. If you hit the notification button, that lets you know when we're live. So that's super helpful too. Okay, so moving on. Once again, we are focusing on the band Moher, and let me bring up an image of them into you guys in real time. Here they are. Here, boop. Super cool couple, very friendly, so kind, just so lovely. They're just the nicest people, and they are world class the world-class musicians. Um, some of the best in the country, if not the best. In fact, they are the best. They won a KMA recently for the folk and indie category. Junghyun can clarify that in the chat if it's not already in the script and I haven't checked it yet. So yes, so who is Moher, right? Moher is a Jeju-based psychedelic folk duo made up of Iso and Chomingyu, two musicians who met by chance overseas after living very different musical lives. Iso, she is rooted in Jeju, and Mingyu wandering from place to place, singing along the way. That's so cool. That's so like such a folky thing to do, you know? He's like a bard. Yeah, you know, just from D&D, just a singer traveling and singing and going and doing challenges and stuff, living life. Their music brings together a strong sense of Jeju, Irish folk-inspired textures, Mingyu's raw, almost desperate vocal energy, Iso's steady and grounding voice, and sounds that seem to echo nature itself. The result is colorful, strange, dreamy, and atmospheric, which is exactly why we wanted to dedicate today's episode to them, especially as they release their second album today at noon. Okay. So the next song that we want to play, and here's their image again. The second song we want to play by Moher is Baksugijeong. Baksugijeong, okay? Baksugijeong is a dramatic cliff in Daepyeong Village, Jeju. The name combines Baksu, meaning spring water, and Gijeong, meaning cliff, right? So it refers to a cliff where clean spring water flows so fresh you could scoop it up and drink it. The lyrics, they feel like someone standing at the edge, searching, struggling, but still trying to bring back light, fire, and breath into a dry heart. Okay, so here is Moher, Baksugijeong, and you will definitely hear the folk indie vibes I was talking about. Okay, here we go.
돌아가는 법을 모두 잊은 채로 그저 너를 찾아 헤맨다. 파도 위로 솟아오른 바위 위로 위태롭게 발을 디딘다. 너른 바다 위 작은 사람들은 내게 도움이 필요한가 묻는다. 부서지듯 불어대는 바람에도 무거워진 눈을 쳐든다. 불안하게 쳐다보는 시선들에 기다렸던 입이 열린다. 내 어두운 밤을 밝혀주는 붉은 해를 데려올 거야. 마른 맘에 불을 지펴주는 젖은 빛을 모아올 거야. 오래된 주름의 지도야. 망가진 아침은 시계야. 무거워진 나
Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I apologize for that. My dog distracted me. Okay, moving on. Sorry about that. Ah, geez, that happens. Welcome back, everybody. We're a two-man ship here. We're a two-man ship running this station, so things get a little crazy. Jeju Comedy Club in the house. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? Sorry again for that abrupt ending. That happens, man. Again, sorry about that. We're two people here holding it all together. If you're just joining us, our vibes are a little bit different this morning. Maybe that's why I'm thrown off. Also, it's Thursday, so our Thursdays are always weird. But today's weird in a good way. It's because we're dedicating the entire episode to Moher. Okay. So if you're just joining us, they're releasing a brand new album today, and Moher has been fantastic. They've been super supportive. So we're showcasing them the entire day today. Now, as I mentioned, Moher's sound carries this touch of Irish folk, including the textures of instruments. So let me explain what. Other than their incredible, first we need to talk about their voices. My goodness, both the voices of Cho Min-gyu and Iso, they bring a different energy. They're equally and wildly different from each other, and they completely match. They're so good. But also, what gives them this kind of the sound, this proper folk indie sound is. One is the instrument that Mingyu plays. It is the Irish bouzouki, and I got an image up here. Let me whip it up here. Boop. Here we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Boop. Thank you, producer. That's me. This is the Irish bouzouki, and that's totally, a traveling musician, man, bard kind of musician. That's what they would play, and that is the really cool, almost metallic, wow, twangy kind of acoustic sounds that you hear. So not like really an acoustic guitar. It's quite different. And so listen for the bouzouki. Also, what they bring is a what you call a boron. And what is that? Check this out here. I'm going to bring this in as well, make this a little bit larger. This is a type of percussion instrument. It's a traditional Irish frame drum. So yeah, that's what really brings this all together. This Irish sound, this bouzouki, and also this boron here. So we have the boron down to my lower right, and then the bouzouki, or my bouzouki to my immediate right, and then the boron to my left. Okay, so there you go. That is the instruments that they bring, and that's their unique sound that they bring as well. Okay, let's move on. I'm worried about this weather break because it totally breaks the chill immersion, but we got to play it. It's the weather.
What's the weather like in Jeju? We're gonna tell you what to do if it's sunny or rainy or calling typhoons. What's the weather like in Jeju?
Yes, that really doesn't match the mood at all, but that's okay. That's okay. Next time I should make a more chill version of it. We're featuring a more mellow sounding band. Okay, so let's do. Actually, today's weather is totally Moher vibes, though. Did you take a look outside? So foggy, right? I don't know what it is like now, but I went out around like 6 a.m. and the fog was low. Super Moher vibes, right? It's starting off cloudy and a little damp, especially around Daejeong. Yeah, you got to be careful driving around. Where we had some early showers overnight and into the very early morning. Temperatures are mild, sitting around 19 to 20 degrees through the morning. Though it's not cold, it may feel a bit gray and heavy at first. The good news is the conditions should gradually improve as we move through the day. Around Daejeong, we'll go from cloudy skies in the morning to some brighter breaks around lunchtime, and by the afternoon, we may even see some decent sunshine. Temperatures should climb into the low 20s, reaching around 22 to 23 degrees later in the day. So that today is not exactly a bright or sunny start. Is it still foggy? Again, it totally matches today's vibe. But it does look like one of those Jeju days that gets better and goes along. You may want to keep a light jacket or an umbrella nearby in the morning, but by the afternoon and evening, it should feel much more pleasant. Now, if we're going around the island, Jeju City looks cloudier with some rain expected in the morning, then mostly cloudy skies through the afternoon. Temperatures should stay around 20 to 23 degrees. Seogwipo, down south, should be a little brighter overall with clouds and some sun and possible showers around late morning. Temperatures there may reach about 24 to 25 degrees in the afternoon. And if we go to Seongsan and the East Coast, they may see similar mild cloudy conditions with the exact timing of showers depending on how the system moves across the island. Yeah, that's up to the system's choice. That's how it is, right? Big picture, a mild cloudy start to Thursday, some damp conditions in the morning, but improving skies later in the day, especially out west around Daejeong. Keep the umbrella nearby early on, but don't be surprised if Jeju gives us a much nicer afternoon. That's very nice, okay? All right, moving on. Question of the day. Let's check it out here. Beep. There we go. Thank you, Neela. All right. So today's episode is all about Jeju's very own psychedelic folk duo Moher. So here's your Moher trivia for the morning. Okay, this is fun. Okay, where did Moher or Moha, where did they get their name from? How did they choose their name? Okay. Now, there's maybe you may not know at all, so we gave you multiple choice here. Just pick one. Go with your gut here, okay? How did Moher get their name? Is it the cliffs near Suwolbong in western Jeju? That's A. Is it B, the sea cliffs on the rugged west coast of Ireland? C, the Jusan cliffs in Jungmun? Or D, the coastal rocks in Yongmari? Yeah, D. Okay, so where did Moher get their name from? The cliffs near Suwolbong in western Jeju, the sea cliffs on the rugged west coast of Ireland. C, the Jongsan Jolly cliffs in Jungmun. Thank you, Neela. Okay, I think Neela chooses C. Okay, and D, the Yomari, the coastal rocks of Yongmari. Okay, where did they get their name from? Okay, now next up, I'm going to leave this question of the day up so you take a look at this. Okay, next up we have High Noon by Moher. The lyrics of this song feel quite quiet and but very grounded. There's this sense of someone who could go anywhere but chooses to stay still. Someone whose body keeps moving while the heart remains steady like a rock. That's very Jeju. It also speaks to gratitude and humility, being born empty-handed, receiving so much, having a small voice, but still hoping that music can become strength for someone. And I love that final image. My shadow may be short, but my feet are still on the ground. That is very nice. It feels like a song about staying humble, staying rooted, and continuing going forward, even though there's a still long way to go. Okay, so this is High Noon by Moher. Oh, I was muted. Sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning, Halcirino. Thank you for joining us. And today the vibes are a little different because we are trying to match the vibes of today's artists that we are featuring all day today. Moher, the indie folk band, Jeju-based indie folk band, because they are releasing an album at noon KST today, and they've been super supportive. So we want to give that support back to them. Okay, we are doing yes, it's muted. Yep. So hopefully it's back on. Okay. So where did Moher get their name from? Right. And I have the questions right up here. The cliffs near Suolbong in Western Jeju, or the cliffs in the rugged west coast of Ireland, or the Jongsan Joli cliffs in Jungmun, or the coastal rocks in Yeongmori. All right. The answer is we have Haley, Kim, and Ihan with the correct answer of B. Ding, 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 ding. Boop. Okay, let's remove the cue of the day here. Yeah, here they are. These are the cliffs. And beautiful, right here. I'm kind of like getting my head chopped off here. Can I bring them down? Here we go. There we go. I'll go like this. Yeah. Okay, now my camera's following me. Okay, anyways. Yes, these are the cliffs on the rugged west coast of Ireland, and they're the cliffs of Moher. That's where they got their name from, right? So there we go. And let's see. Moher's member Mingyu once shared that he lived in Ireland. Maybe that's probably where he got his instruments. He lived in Ireland for more than 2 years, traveling around the country while busking. During that time, he visited the cliffs of Moher, and the place left a powerful impression on him. He described it as a cliff where the raw, primal face of nature still felt completely alive. It was so wild and overwhelming that he thought if someone fell from here, no one would even know. Whoa. Okay. Later, when he and Iso decided to make music together, that place came back to him. And the word Moher or Moha from itself is Gaelic, meaning something like broken ruin. Mingyu said that meaning felt very close to the kind of music they make. Beautiful, weathered, raw, and a little haunted. Yes. And now we'll listen to a song. And when we come back, we'll go over some of the morning headlines, Jeju Morning News Briefing. Now, this one is interesting. It's Woman Running Barefoot, and this is the title song of their first album, and it's also Jung Yoon's favorite. We introduced this song on Parents' Day because it was very appropriate because it carries a lot of beauty and love all at once. Iso has shared that when she was young, she was in a serious traffic accident, and her mother ran to her barefoot across the hot asphalt in the middle of the day. And that image became the center of the song, a kind of love that can't really be explained. It's just instinctual, anything other than love itself. It's beautiful, heartbreaking, and deeply human. Now, this is Moher with Woman Running Barefoot, but this is special. This edition that I'm putting on is actually a live version filmed on the cliffs of Moher. Yes, okay? So the audio won't be as technical, so their voices may get drowned out, no pun intended, by the waves themselves, but that's kind of beautiful, I think. So listen to it. You're going to hear the crashing of the waves, and you're going to hear the waves almost overtaking their voices. But this is Woman Running Barefoot at the cliffs of Moher by Moher. Okay. All right, now it's time for our Jeju Morning News Briefing. This one is appropriate because I noticed this at my very own house. Let's check it out. Beep. There we go. Do you recognize these flowers? Quintessential Jeju flowers, I would say. Yeah, here we go. Then we zoom them in. Maybe that helps you out a little bit there. Okay, what are those? Maybe that's our second question of the day. Okay, these are hydrangeas. Now, these are one of Jeju's signature summer flowers, usually starting to bloom in mid-May and reaching their peak by late June. If you're looking for places to enjoy them, the organization, okay, this is by the JTO, the Jeju Tourism Organization. They've recommended travel spots for the summer of 2026, and it's under this frame called Jeju Summer Best Enjoyed in Season. And mine are starting to bloom. So I don't know if my flowers in my yard are late or early. They're kind of blooming at different times, but they're huge. I got some massive bushes in this house. I'm excited. Okay, so the JTO is recommending places to check out these hydrangea, and great for photo ops for those visiting and those just living here on the island. Okay, so where are they telling us to go? The JTO recommends Namguksa Temple in Aradong, which is not far from the airport, making it an easy stop even on a short trip. And if you're heading west, they suggest the Hydrangea Road near Andok District Office in Sogipo. And if you're exploring the east side, check out the Jongdali Hydrangea Road in Guja. Nice. And another seasonal highlight is the Chodong corn. That sweet, crunchy summer corn starts being harvested in early June and is usually available for about a month. So yes, this is your reminder. Corn season is coming. When's the last time you had some sweet corn? Yeah, I used to. I worked on a farm back in Pennsylvania, and we harvested sweet corn, and it was always great to have bags of corn coming home. That we weren't just paid in corn, but yeah, I do miss proper sweet corn. The tourism or the JTO also recommends barefoot walking or earthing. Have you ever done that before? It's a way to enjoy Jeju's summer heat. It's simple. You take off your shoes and walk on sand or forest paths, but it's said to help cool the body down and support circulation. We've actually done that before when we worked for other stations, and this red sand really like it sucks the heat out of you and also puts coolness inside of the bottom of your feet. So that's quite nice. Recommended spots include Samyang Beach, famous for its black sand. Then there's Ihoteu Beach, which has softer sand. And there's Bijarim Forest, where you can walk among old nutmeg trees and enjoy the shade. They also highlighted places that feel especially Jeju-like in summer, including Gujwa District, Byangdo Island in Halim, and Daepyeong-ri in Andok. And Daepyeong is where the Baksugijeong is at. Okay, so there you go. You can check out Baksugijeong. That's the cliff that the first song that we played is based off of. So there you go. That'll be a proper Moher photo op, yes? So if you're looking for a very seasonal Jeju trip like hydrangeas, sweet corn, barefoot walks, cool water, and summer nights, you can fill the full list through Jeju's official tourism portal, Visit Jeju. Now, we're going to take another quick song break here. And when we come back, we'll dive into the origin story of Moher, okay? How the band came together and how their song began to take shape, okay? Next up is Sandgrave by Moher, a song that feels dreamlike, fragile, and almost like a vision at the edge of sleep. I know that feeling. When you're about to fall asleep and if you have like the TV running, what I say is you start just hearing the S's. You start hearing people go, hello, like that, you're just like, that's when you are really on the edge of falling asleep. If you're on the subway as well, that's what you hear. Okay, that's so stupid. But anyways, uh, the lyrics imagine the speaker becoming a handful of ashes resting inside a grave of sand. Even if they can no longer burn, the sun keeps burning above them, warming that sand. From there, the body seems to dissolve into nature, scattered by wind, broken apart by waves, swimming into the sea, and then disappearing like foam. And by the end, the question remains, was it a mirage, an illusion, a hallucination? You never know. So that is the meaning behind this next song, Sandgrave. This is nice because this is also a live version, so do enjoy it. This is them. This is Moher playing Sandgrave live.
내가 죽어서 한 주말 새가 되어 모래 무덤 안에
For that Jeju morning alternative, tune in to Gecko Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. All week, baby.
That's right. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was Moher Sandgrave. And you notice something, if you're just joining us, the vibe is a little bit different. We turned the lights down. I turned my voice down. I brought my energy down because we are trying to match the amazing, cool vibes of Moher. They are releasing an album at noon today. and they've been amazingly supportive of Gecko Radio. So we just want to return that and dedicate this entire episode to them. All the music and a lot of our subjects and question of the days and words of the days is going to be centered around Moher, right? Now, what we want to talk about next is how did they start? How did Moher get started? We did learn that they got their name from these rugged Irish cliffs off the west coast of Ireland. But how did they begin? Let's bring up an image of them just in case you forgot what they looked like. Here we go. Right. This is Iso on the right and Mingyu on the left. And I mean, just ridiculously talented. Like incredibly talented. Okay. So, how did they get started? Well, like many good band origin stories, it started with two tired musicians, a trip abroad, and completely unexpected encounter. Mingyu, that is the singer on the right, on right here, where my finger's at there. Yep. Had been living in Ireland and returned to Korea shortly before COVID-19, the whole pandemic thing, in early 2022. He released an EP under his own name, but as he continued performing, he started to feel drained. Sure. Like the work was taking more out of him than it was giving back. So in December that year, he went to Thailand to recharge. Now, around the same time, Iso, right here, okay, Iso had also reached a point of exhaustion. Her second album had come out in October 2022. And we have to, yeah, this was 2022. This is when the world was starting to open back up post pandemic. We have to think about that too. And I think we are all just tired, bro. We were all just tired at 2022. We were beat up and spit out. Yes. So Iso had also reached this point of exhaustion. Her second album had come out in October 2022. And even before the album was released, she had already booked a flight. After finishing the release and a few scheduled shows, she also left for Thailand, hoping to sort through her thoughts somewhere far away, surrounded by unfamiliar faces and languages. Okay. And then just 6 days after leaving Korea, Iso was riding a motorbike in Thailand when another rider came up beside her and said, "안녕하세요." It was Mingyu, except funnily enough, he had actually mistaken her for someone else. Okay, nice. He thought she looked familiar, passed by to say hello, and then realized it was Iso and not this person he originally thought it was. That's funny. That's so cute. Iso remembered him because they had performed at the same venue before. Mingyu only remembered after she reminded him, typical guy. From that strange, almost cinematic moment, the two quickly became close. They had both left Korea because music had become tiring and heavy, but together in Thailand, music started to feel fun again. That's awesome. They performed together several times there, and Iso began to think she wanted to work with him, even though she didn't feel she could ask him to come all the way to Jeju, right? Because Mingyu was not based in Jeju at the time. But then Mingyu happened to say that he wanted to take part in the Youth Mic Regional Culture Project in Jeju and suggested they do it together. Well, there you go. Fantastic. While preparing for that project, Moher was born. Musically, both of them came from a folk foundation. But together, the scale became bigger. Iso had been interested in psychedelic, lo-fi, and slowcore sounds, while Mingyu loved bluegrass and country. There were sounds that were hard to fully explore alone, but together, they could try things that they hadn't been able to do before. And what's really cool is that once Moher began, they really started trying things they hadn't done before. They're a folk duo, but then they entered the Pentaport Super Rookie. We just talked about that. We're very happy that We Still Oranges got into the top 10. This is like the top rock festival in the nation every year. And the Pentaport Super Rookie is a huge situation. It's like a tournament competition style thing. Okay, so they entered the Pentaport Super Rookie, which is connected to one of Korea's major rock festivals. We talked about that. And even before they released the album, they ended up winning silver prize. Now, Iso had said they honestly wondered, would a folk act like us even make sense here, right, at Pentaport? But they decided it was better to try anyway, and that challenge paid off. They went on to win the grand prize, okay, at the Kihyangdo Music Festival since the lyrics were based on poetry. It would have been difficult to include the song on an album later because of copyright issues, but they loved the song so much, they decided to go for it anyways. All right. And that seemed to be part of Moher's energy as a duo. Since it felt like they were debuting all over again, they wanted to try things they had never tried before, and those experiments kept leading to good results. And then last year, this is crazy. Last year, they went on to win Best Folk Album of the Year at the 22nd Korean Music Awards. That's the KMAs. That's the top music awards in the nation, okay? The KMAs, they won Best Folk Album of the Year, okay? How cool is that, right? These two musicians who are like super supportive of us, I can't believe it. They're KMA winners, right? They who met by total chance, kind of by mistake. On motorbikes in Thailand, they probably couldn't imagine that moment would lead all the way to one of the biggest music awards in Korea, the KMAs, once again, where they won Best Folk Album of the Year. That's awesome. That's amazing. Okay, so that is the origin of Moher, two solo artists who met by chance overseas, found joy in music again, and eventually created a sound that neither of them could have. Okay, now let's skip right along to Jeju word of the day. Where it is? Where is it? Here we go.
The Jeju word of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get their picture out of the where's their photo? No. Anyways, we'll leave it up there. Jeju word of the day. Let me move this down. Thank you, producer. Bring that down. Can't do it. Here we go. You got it. Bring it down. There we go. Nice. Today's word of the day is 심다. 심다. Now in standard Korean, 심다 usually means to plant, like planting a tree or planting seeds. But in Jeju dialect, 심다 means to hold, grab, or catch onto something. So you might hear 손심다, which means to hold someone's hand. And when Hanya catch octopus or abalone, they say, 문어 심없다, or 정복 심없다, like 심었다. I really love this expression because it gives a strong image of holding on, not just touching something lightly, but really placing your hand there, catching it, keeping it close. Oh, it's kind of like how Moher met. Yeah, nice. Tomorrow we are gonna break into our Friday segment that's gonna be jam-packed. Gecko Weekend Guide. Now let me get this image off here. Let me find it. Where is it? Let me look. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There it is. Okay. We're going to wrap up today. This song is actually going to be on their new album that is releasing today at noon. Okay. Korean time, KST. It is A Good Day, or Son 없는 날. Son 없는 날. Okay. The first pre-single from Moher's second full-length album. In Korean tradition, Son 없는 날 refers to an auspicious day, a day without wandering spirits or bad energy. That's nice. Often chosen for big events like moving your houses, your homes, getting married, or starting something new. But in this song, that old idea becomes something more tender than superstition. It's about the people who worry over us, who look for a good day on our behalf, not because they believe in magic necessarily, but because they want us to live well. That's kind of like my in-laws, actually. They pray and they hope that we do well like every day, and I'm very thankful for that. So if mom and dad, if you're listening, thank you so much. Okay. The song holds that feeling of making a big decision, stepping into a new chapter, and realizing that behind our courage, there is often someone else's song, quiet love. Okay. Long, quiet love. No matter how long we get, how old we get, we remain someone's child, someone's person to worry about. And thank you so much for joining us today. Halcirino, she says, how lucky to come here today and discover this amazing band. I love the vibe. Hey, yes, thank you so much. Now, typically we do bring a lot more energy, so do expect tomorrow to be like very loud and a lot going on because it's our Friday edition, where we just throw all these crazy events going on during the weekend. One of them actually features Moher, by the way, so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, so why don't we end today's episode, once again, thank you for joining us. This is Moher with Son Omnun Nal, and thank you for joining us for this very special Moher dedication day. Once again, their album is releasing at noon digitally, 12 o'clock p.m. Korean time, okay? So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. on Friday. And again, this is Moher Son Omnun Nal, or it is in English, a good day. Okay, bye.
흐려진 눈 비비며 비틀거리는 숫자를 산다. 대문짝만한 건 놔두고 쥐똥만한 걸 읊조린다. 나는 이제 다 자랐는데 뒤로 넘어져도 고갑게 져버릴까. 그의 손이 먼저 먼 미래로 발보다 빠르게 달려간다. 아홉, 열, 아홉, 스물, 아홉, 서른, 아홉, 열, 아홉, 스물, 아홉, 서른. 흐려진 눈 비비며 비틀거리는 숫자를 센다. 대문짝만한 건 놔두고 쥐똥만한 걸 읊조린다. 나는 이제 다 자랐는데 뒤로 넘어져도 고갑게 져버릴까. 그의 손이 먼저 먼 미래로 발보다 빠르게 달려간다. 흐려진 눈 비비며 비틀거리는 숫자를 센다. 대문짝만한 건 놔두고 쥐똥만한 걸 읊조린다. 흐려진 눈 비비며 비틀거리는 숫자를 센다. 대문짝만한 건 놔두고 쥐똥만한 걸 읊조린다.